Hi YouTube world, Moshman69 here. Today we're going to do something a little different. I'm going to do the differences between the two reissues, Hasbro and Takara, and an original Generation 1 bluestreak. You know, like the detailed differences so that you can find out whether you're buying a reissue or a real one, you know. So we have a Hasbro commemorative reissue Prowl. We have a Takara collector's box reissue Smokescreen, and we have an original 1984 Generation 1 bluestreak. And I have found quite a lot of differences actually. You'll be surprised. Minor, but enough to help you along. Right. First of all, we do the differences between the two reissues. On the bottom, the Hasbro reissue says Takara Co. Limited, 1980-1982, and it actually says made in China, and it also says 2002 on some stickers. Just here, which you can't read for some reason. The camera's useless today. Get off. And the Takara one doesn't say anything to do with 2002. It's quite misleading. It just says Takara Co. Limited, a blank spot where Japan would be, and then 1980 to 82, which is exactly the same as the original, apart from the original says Japan, and the original hasn't got Hasbro 80 to 82 on it. They're the main, and the moulds for these two are basically exactly the same. You know, all the stamping and printing's all the same, and all the pressing, and even the metal parts are all the same shape. But with the original, there is quite a lot of differences. This is an original bluestreak, very good condition, missing just one sticker off the leg. Yeah, on the bottom it says Takara Co. Limited, Japan, 1980 to 82, which is the difference. But first of all, this is the biggest difference you can see with the two moulds, is the original, where these two screws are here, is a lot thinner. You can't really see it too well in the picture than the reissue ones. The blue bit there is much wider than the one on the Prowl. I mean on the bluestreak, and also the grey piece before the bumper is wider on the original than it is on the reissues. Other differences is, well, there ain't many. I think that's about it with the actual figure. So the best way to tell you got a reissue is by this back bit here, where where the screws go, because they're much narrower on the originals. With the weapons, there's quite a lot of differences. You'll be surprised. With the Hasbro reissues, there's the one obvious one: black missiles, a black gun instead of silver, and also the missile things do not fire. They've had the thing taken off. But the Takara one does fire very well, and they're silver chromed, and they're very nice. But there is differences. If you take an original rocket from the 1980s one, it doesn't fit in the reissues. The piece there is thicker than a reissue one. You can't see anything, but it is thicker. Also, on the missiles, the reissue there's some lines printed into the met plastic here, and the reissue has an extra line than the original. The original has 3, the reissue has 4. So out of the missiles you have 4 lines instead of 3, and the bit that goes into the hole of the rocket launcher is thinner than the original one. Now onto the gun. There's 4 differences on the gun. There is on the original, when you press bit that goes into the hand is shorter than on the reissue. Also, on the reissue, as you can see, there's 3 lines just there. On the original, there is no 3 lines. If I can get a good shot, there, no lines. Also, on the bit here that pokes out, on the original, it is cut in further, closer to this edge here. It's cut in further. On the reissue, as you can see, it's got a bigger piece of plastic there than on the original. Also, the end of the barrel, the tip, there's a groove cut into the end of it. On the original, it is shorter than the reissue. So there's quite a few differences between the weapons and the thing. Like I said, the two reissues, even the Hasbro ones, they're exactly the same, they're just black as the reissue Takara ones. So really that, and also again with the cars, these griddings on the reissues are actually better and deeper than the grids on the bonnet of the original. Don't ask me why, but they are. Let me quickly put them into robot if I can. Just a little I wanted to say to you. On my YouTube account, it says I'm 20 years old. I'm not 20 years old. I'm 28. That was my brother's account, and we share it. So, just in case anyone was interested, I am not 20. I am 28. So I was around when the original Transformers came out, and I don't really know much about all the modern Transformer cartoons like Beast Wars and that. I'm more of a fan of the original. Yeah, not much more to say apart from the toys are very nice. There is an original bluestreak. Quite tidy. For some reason the chest is a little bit bent, but what can you do? I'll just quickly transform a smokescreen, like so. Sorry I'm not talking too much, but I'm trying to do it quickly, so. Missiles in. They fire very nice, by the way, on the Takara ones. Probably better than the originals. There's smokescreen. And finally, Prowl. Like I said, Prowl's got it stamped on it in two places that it is a 2002 mould. The Takara ones are a bit risky, you know, you could be sold one and there's nowhere on it that says it's a reissue apart from the little pieces that I've pointed out. But it's the same with the Trax one, the Hasbro Trax. That is the hardest one to tell between the original, because I had both, and the only thing I could find was on the wings of the Trax. They were connected by metal plate. On the reissue they could just pull off, which is the only difference I could find. I had all the same stamping, all the same everything. There is no differences, so I would be careful with Trax. There we have all three of the Prowl mould from the Diaclone range. All nice. My favourite is Smokescreen because of the bumper and the colours. The colours are really good, but Silverstreak is my most valuable because it is an original in excellent condition. All the stickers are there apart from one on the leg. I hope this was alright. Maybe a little bit messed up and a little bit of word jumbling, but thanks for watching. I'll be back soon with a review. Thanks, bye.